Trump shot, Xi Jinping sends condolences, dominates mainland hot searches. Baidu's Apollo Go completes 5 million orders, plunging millions of drivers into unemployment anxiety. Deployment of Dongfeng 21D missiles for 10 years mysteriously disappeared. Taiwan rarely discloses PLA rocket force missile test in Inner Mongolia. China-Russia live-fire naval drills begin in Zhanjiang, Guangdong. It's all covered in today's China Truths. Apollo Go completes 5 million orders, plunging millions of drivers into unemployment anxiety. Baidu has launched 1,000 fully autonomous driverless taxis called Apollo Go in Wuhan, which have already completed 5 million rides. This development has become a highly discussed topic on the Chinese internet. These driverless taxis offer undeniable benefits over traditional taxis. Firstly, they eliminate the need for drivers, thus saving on all labor costs. Reports from local media indicate that Apollo Go offers a discounted fare of 4 to 16 yuan, approximately $0.55 to $2.21, for every 10 kilometers within Wuhan, whereas traditional taxis and ride-hailing services charge between 18 to 30 yuan, approximately $2.48 to $4.14. In a society where general consumption is decreasing, the affordable pricing is the primary reason for the rapid popularity of these autonomous vehicles. Secondly, driverless taxis can operate around the clock, a capability traditional taxi drivers cannot match. Thirdly, the absence of a human driver means there are no issues with service attitude or incidents of ride refusal, greatly reducing potential conflicts. Nonetheless, the Apollo Go currently on the roads of Wuhan also has some clear disadvantages, the most noticeable being their slower driving speed compared to traditional taxis. For safety, these vehicles are programmed with a strict speed limit, capped at 60 km per hour. Additionally, they automatically slow down to yield to other nearby vehicles, leading to slower travel speeds and making them unsuitable for those in a hurry. As previously reported, incidents have occurred where two autonomous taxis, upon meeting at an intersection, both stopped and caused traffic congestion, leading netizens to humorously refer to them as silly radishes. According to an article published on July 9 by Beifeng Window, a magazine in Guangzhou, Wuhan's silly radishes are gathering vast amounts of data and continually improving through AI training. With the government's strong support for electric and AI technologies, it seems inevitable that driverless taxis will replace traditional and ride-hailing taxis soon. Although currently only Wuhan, Beijing, Shanghai, Chongqing, and Shenzhen are preparing to implement driverless taxi services, it is likely that more cities will follow due to the trend. However, in the context of China's declining economy and rising unemployment rates, the emergence of driverless taxis not only threatens the livelihoods of millions of drivers but also eliminates the last decent job opportunity for many middle-aged unemployed individuals, exacerbating the anxiety of those working in related industries. Online, many individuals have shared their concerns and despair. Technology monopolizes resources and steals jobs from ordinary people, making it hard for many drivers to support their families, forcing them out of the industry. Previously, when there were no other options, we would drive for Didi, but now, that might no longer be possible. Apollo Go has cut off one of the few remaining escape routes for unemployed middle-aged individuals, further disadvantaging an already vulnerable group. Over the past 2 years, as the number of businesses has continued to grow, the population of ride-hailing drivers in China has skyrocketed. Data from China's ride-hailing regulatory information exchange platform indicates that in October 2020, a total of 2.545 million ride-hailing driver licenses were issued across the country. By April 2024, this figure had jumped to 5.406 million, marking an increase of 112.4%. As reported by Hubei Releases, each Apollo Go can handle more than 20 orders a day, matching the volume of traditional taxis. Some taxi drivers have complained to the media, saying, "In areas with a high presence of Apollo Go, we hardly pick up any passengers." Moreover, many ride-hailing and taxi drivers have reported significant reductions in their income since Apollo Go was introduced. Previously, the ride-hailing industry in mainland China served as an employment reservoir, absorbing a large workforce. Now, with the introduction of driverless taxis, if the ride-hailing sector is replaced, millions more will face unemployment. Where is their way out? No one can answer. The shot, Xi Jinping sends condolences, dominates mainland hot searches. Former President of the United States, Donald Trump, narrowly escaped an assassination attempt during a campaign rally on the evening of July 13 in Butler, Pennsylvania. Vision Times reported that 7 gunshots suddenly rang out from within the crowd while Trump was delivering a speech. Trump sustained an injury to his right ear from a bullet but is safe. Subsequent reports revealed that the incident resulted in 1 spectator dead and 2 seriously injured at the scene. Fortunately, according to the latest update from the Pennsylvania State Police, both are now in stable condition. The shooter, identified as Thomas Matthew Crooks, a 20-year-old man from Pennsylvania, was fatally shot by Secret Service agents on site. It is widely recognized that this event marks a significant attack on a U.S. president and candidate, the first of such magnitude since the assassination attempt on President Ronald Reagan in 1981. Reports from Radio Free Asia indicate that the incident has shocked the world. Leaders from Asian nations such as India, Japan, the Philippines, Australia, and Taiwan immediately voiced their condolences and concerns. In China, early on the 14th, Beijing time, the term Trump shot quickly became a trending explosive term on Weibo. By that evening, the topic Trump claims a bullet pierced his right ear had accumulated 660 million views and 153,000 discussions, remaining at the top of the hot search list for over 12 hours. Despite the topic trending, the official response from the Chinese Communist Party was notably subdued, merely stating succinctly that President Xi Jinping had sent his condolences to Trump directly, but did not disclose the method or details of these condolences. The approach of the official media was considerably cautious and understated. By midday on the 14th, there was almost no mention of the incident, and the front pages were focused on the coverage of the upcoming third plenum on the 15th, promoting Xi Jinping's economic policies. It is also notable that in this incident involving Trump, the Chinese authorities did not restrict mainland netizens from posting comments in the comment sections. The discussions reveal that in addition to expressing astonishment, mainland netizens broadly debated U.S. politics, including the potential impacts of such assassination incidents on the U.S. presidential election. There was no apparent support expressed for any U.S. presidential candidate in either the reports or the comments. Some netizens speculate that the Chinese Communist Party is currently cautious about openly choosing sides in the incident involving Trump's attack, and it may also exploit public opinion to maliciously exaggerate the turmoil in democratic countries. Hence, an official response from the Chinese authorities to this incident is still pending. Baidu's deployment of Dongfeng 21D missiles for 10 years mysteriously disappeared. Recently, the Japanese Ministry of Defense released the 2024 Defense White Paper, revealing a significant reduction in the number of the Chinese Communist Party's rocket force's intermediate-range missiles. The number has decreased to 212, which is even less than in 2021. Particularly noteworthy is the disappearance of the Dongfeng 21D missile. In 2023, the Japanese Defense White Paper showed that there were a total of 70 Dongfeng 21 missiles of various types. By 2024, only 24 Dongfeng 21A and E missiles were left. All types of Dongfeng 21B, C, and D missiles had disappeared, especially the Dongfeng 21D, which the CCP claimed to be a carrier killer, causing quite a shock to the outside world. On June 27, the CCP's former 2 defense ministers, Li Shangfu and Wei Fenghe, were both officially reported for disciplinary action. Wei Fenghe served as the commander of the 2nd Artillery Corps from 2012 to 2015, and after 2015 as the first commander of the Rocket Force, until he was promoted to member of the Military Commission in 2017 and served as Minister of Defense in 2018. He should be well aware of the secrets of the Dongfeng 21 missile. Among Wei Fenghe's charges, in addition to bribery, there is a breach of loyalty, which may be due to concealing the true performance of the weapons. Additionally, it is rumored that rocket force generals have leaked secrets or colluded with the United States. If this matter is related to the Dongfeng 21 missile, then it is far more than just a corruption issue. Saudi Arabia had purchased the CCP's Dongfeng 21 missile to replace the previous Dongfeng 3 missile. If the CCP sold the decommissioned Dongfeng 21 to Saudi Arabia, then Saudi Arabia would have been greatly deceived. The CCP claims that the Dongfeng 26 has a range of over 5,000 kilometers and can carry out precise nuclear or conventional strikes on both ground and sea targets. Because its range can reach Guam, it is also known as the Guam Express. The 2024 Japanese Defense White Paper shows that the total number of the CCP rocket force's Dongfeng 26 missiles has reached 140, an increase of 30 from 2023. From 2021 to 2023, the number of Dongfeng 26 missiles remained at 110. It began to increase in 2024. This is likely to fill the significant reduction in the Dongfeng 21, but it is still difficult to make up the shortfall. The Dongfeng 26 missiles now have too many targets to hit, including numerous U.S. military bases in Japan, the Philippines, Guam, Tinian, Palau, and also U.S. aircraft carriers, seemingly overwhelmed. The CCP rocket force must have something at hand, and the Dongfeng 26 seems to have become the last equipment to bet on, so production continues to increase. Although this missile is also claimed to be able to strike U.S. aircraft carriers, whether it is as useless as the Dongfeng 21D, the CCP rocket force should be very clear about. It is said that the rocket force generals are fearful of battle, which is probably related to this as well. Taiwan rarely discloses PLA rocket force missile test in Inner Mongolia. According to a press release from the Ministry of National Defense of Taiwan, beginning at 4 a.m. on early Saturday, the Taiwanese military detected multiple missile test launches by the People's Liberation Army, PLA, rocket force of the Chinese Communist Party in the Mongolian region. The Taiwanese military utilizes combined intelligence surveillance techniques to meticulously monitor and continually observe relevant movements, while their air defense units remain highly vigilant, enhancing their readiness and responses as needed. The Ministry of Defense did not provide further details about these missile tests by the PLA rocket force. It is noted that the testing sites are located approximately 1,600 kilometers, about 994 miles, away from Taiwan. This public disclosure is an unusual practice for Taiwan because, despite consistently monitoring any military maneuvers by the CCP, the Taiwanese authorities seldom share details about the military activities they observe on the mainland. In recent years, the CCP has frequently threatened to unify Taiwan and has openly emphasized the possibility of a military assault. This highlights the critical role of the rocket force in the CCP's strategy, as it oversees both the conventional and nuclear land-based missile programs, including intercontinental ballistic missiles with nuclear warheads. In August 2022, during military exercises near Taiwan, the CCP launched ballistic missiles that flew over Taiwan in an attempt to militarily intimidate the island, as a response to the visit by Nancy Pelosi, the then Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives. According to Reuters, security experts report that Taiwan has positioned powerful radar systems on various peaks of its central mountain range, enabling extensive surveillance of the situation in mainland China. The CCP consistently asserts its sovereignty over Taiwan and opposed the inauguration of Lai Ching-te as president of Taiwan. Like his predecessor Tsai Ing-wen, President Lai Ching-te has declared his rejection of the CCP's sovereignty claims, emphasizing that only the Taiwanese people have the authority to determine their future. In his inaugural address in May, he called for peaceful coexistence with mainland China and urged the CCP to stop its military threats and acts of intimidation against Taiwan. President Lai has also repeatedly sought dialogue with the Chinese authorities, which has consistently been rejected. Just 3 days after President Lai Ching-te's inauguration, the CCP initiated military exercises around Taiwan, eliciting criticism from European and American nations. The missile tests conducted by the PLA rocket force in Inner Mongolia last Saturday have drawn international attention in recent years. Since last year, the CCP authorities have been executing a significant purge within the rocket force. A Bloomberg report from January this year, citing knowledgeable sources, revealed that U.S. intelligence has indicated that the poor quality of Chinese-made missiles and critical deficiencies in military equipment have necessitated a cleanup of the CCP military. An informed source reported that the U.S. intelligence analysis highlighted several instances of corruption within the CCP military, including cases where missiles were filled with water instead of fuel, and covers of missile silos in western China that were ineffective at launching missiles. These revelations have raised international concerns about the real combat effectiveness of the CCP military. U.S. officials also believe that these issues could reduce the likelihood of the CCP contemplating significant military actions in the near future. China-Russia live-fire naval drills begin in Zhanjiang, Guangdong. Even as NATO slams the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, for being a decisive enabler of Russia's war in Ukraine, the CCP and Russia are flexing their military muscles with joint exercises in the South China Sea. According to Hong Kong's Singtao Daily, the joint C-2024 drills kicked off on Monday, July 14, at a military port in Zhanjiang, Guangdong. These war games will focus on joint training in reconnaissance and early warning, search and rescue, air defense, and anti-missile systems. The Russian naval contingent arrived at the Zhanjiang port on July 12, and both sides have now fully mobilized their forces. A combined fleet of 7 warships from the Chinese and Russian navies will engage in 3 days of live-fire exercises at sea starting Monday. The PLA has deployed the Nanning destroyer, the Xianing and Dali frigates, the Weishanu replenishment ship, as well as anti-submarine aircraft and marines. Russian sources have confirmed the participation of the Gromky and Sovrsheny frigates. However, Ming Pao, another Hong Kong media outlet, has reported that the Chinese side only publicly named 6 of the 7 surface ships participating in the drills, sparking speculation about the identity of the 7th ship. Some are wondering if it could be the Shandong aircraft carrier, which was recently spotted near the Philippines. Adding to the tension, the PLA also recently wrapped up Eagle Strike 2024 joint army training with Belarus on NATO's eastern border. This move, coupled with the ongoing South China Sea exercises, has led some to believe that Beijing is sending a clear message of defiance to the West. Anton Gashenko, an advisor to Ukraine's Ministry of Internal Affairs, sees these actions as a blatant show of force by Beijing aimed at the US and NATO. These developments come on the heels of the NATO summit in Washington, where the alliance formally labeled the CCP as a decisive enabler in the Russia-Ukraine war. The New York Times remarked that this represents the most severe condemnation yet by NATO regarding the CCP's backing of Russia in the Ukrainian conflict. Don't forget to leave a comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.